here I am again. I have to come to the defense of the passport bros. Now, mind you, I'm not like me. I'm just myself. I don't affiliate, with like a group or particular group. But man, like the shaming language that is thrown at the passport people on the passport bros names, man. I feel bad for black men. I be feeling bad for black men in the United States, man. It's like they're not allowed to have no options. Like imagine being a black man here. You do the right thing. You go to work. You do blah blah blah. You're 30 years old and you're looking for, a nice young girl, preferably 23, 22. They're gonna look at you they're gonna say you're a pedophile. Like that's how it works, man. Like anything under 28 and you're over 30 and you're a black man dating a girl, they're gonna call you a pedophile. It sucks. But anyway, let's look at this clip right here. Take a quick water break. I ran out. Anyway, let's listen to the shaming language here. I'm going to let you watch the full thing, and then I'm going to dissect it I'm going to just dissect it before I even go into the passport thing. So let's hear her out.
Passport bros are black men from America that can't get no so they go to third world countries and get and talk about how these prostitutes treat them with so much love and care, and they're trying to get more black. I haven't seen a white yet. Are there white men in this? Because I feel like it's only men.
No, it's because I really think it's some big value in the passport. Like it's like everybody can get one.
But they be on the internet like, in America, women would never give me the time of day. So I came out to Thailand, and now I'm in Thailand, and all the women are fawning over me, and they have so much respect for me. Not like these American women. Bros, get your passport and come out to these foreign countries.
At the end of the day, it's just about you.
You're the problem.
You're literally buying somewhere else and probably complaining about paying for dates here. Yo, you is corny.
Passport bros.
Okay, so you heard the nonsense. Now, before I even go into the bigger point of this, I'm going to dissect everything that she says. I'm going to point out every little thing that she says just to give you a proper perspective, because there's a lot of things that people say, oh, she said this, she said that. When you want to know how somebody really feels about certain things, because mind you, I'm going to point out a lot of things that you didn't, I'm going to cover slut shaming in this, because she did a lot of slut shaming, a lot of slut shaming. So I'm going to go into it. I'm going to dissect everything that she said, because she's saying a lot of, if you get past the shaming language, you see the truth, the real truth on how people really feel about certain things. You know what I mean? So when people start dissing, you start hearing the truth. So I'm going to dissect that right here.
Are black men from America that can't get no.
So right there, she says, passport bros are black men from America that can't get no bitches. Now, right away, what have I been telling you guys? Women do not respect men that can't get no bitches. What have I been saying? What have I been saying? This is, and mind you, this is women of all races. They do not. That's why I made a title of a video. Women only respect men that can replace them. You might think it sounds harsh, but these are facts. Because everything that she says, you talking about from MGTOW to the PUAs to all the RP, every spectrum that I've gathered, I've come to this conclusion. And now I have seen, like, I will say this and women will act like I'm making this up. She said it herself. She has no respect for these men simply because they can't attract other women. That's why most of them are sharing, and they don't mind sharing, because at the end of the day, they're not going to respect the man that they feel like they settle for. And unfortunately, settling in their mind is like, it's either Christian Grey from 50 Shades or nothing. Even if she's a 3 out of 10, that's how she feels. Look at her. Look at the girl in the video. She's huge. But in her mind, all of those men are beneath her. You know what I mean? So it is what it is.
So they go to third world countries and get and talk about how these prostitutes treat them with so much love and care.
So now, right here, when people talk about men do a lot of the slut shaming, that's cap. Look at the slut shaming. She refers to the women in third world countries as prostitutes. Now, mind you, we can't even say prostitutes on Instagram. Like if you type in prostitute in the comment section, you can get your comment banned. You can get your account banned. And it was interesting. I saw something else when the ring girls were trying to get their money, whatever, or doing their ring girl, the ring girls in boxing, whatever, the people that hold up the cards and whatnot. They said that they were getting messages from like feminists and all types of women calling them prostitutes. I'm like, what? I didn't know you could do that on Instagram. Like, I got my account banned. You can't even say ho. You can't even say, oh, you have to put in 304 on Instagram or your account is going to get banned. But look how quick a lady, the so-called sisterhood, are quick to call women from third world countries prostitutes, which means when women talk about them racking up a high body count, it's cap. I think, unfortunately, a lot of guys take what people like this say too seriously, but in their heart, they know a prostitute is nothing to be like a woman with a high body count is nothing to be really respected compared to a man. So that's here. So right here, she's snitching on herself right there. So anytime anytime if you see a girl like this and she says, "Oh, I don't want my man to be passed around," it's just her trying to sound like a man, but that's full cap. Let's continue. And also, by the way, to the women that be shaming women from other countries, you do know without welfare and these government programs that the USA have, most of you ladies would be in the exact same position that they are in. Over there's no child support. You know what I mean? In government welfare and all this stuff, they have to submit because there's no other option. Hence why when I always tell the passport bros, I always say, hey, have your fun over there, whether you have to pay for it or if they're just giving it to you, just understand what it is. And do not bring them to the United States or she's going to do a switch up on you. You think you got a nice girl and then you bring her to the United States and they're going to turn into that Filipino girl. I want you to change your profile pic on your Facebook because I want you to. Nah, that's what's going to happen to you. I wish I could bring up that clip. I was laughing my ass off when I saw that. Anyway, let's go back here.
And they're trying to get more black. I haven't seen a white yet. Are there white men in this? Because I feel like
yes, white men are the original passport bros. Continue. They just don't talk about it. The problem is, I know. The problem is black men talk too much about this stuff. They put it on the internet, and I understand. And what a lot of black men don't understand, like the treatment that they're getting overseas, is really just normal treatment. They're just treated terribly by their counterparts here in the United States. That basically, if you treat like they don't even need to travel. All they need to do is just go to the suburbs, and they'll meet like one white girl that's just nice to them, and they're just like, oh my god, this is majestic treatment, and a lot of the times when it comes to the passport thing, it's not even about traveling to another country. Oh, a lot of you guys, you just need to travel to another state. You guys are just in your one small town, and it's not working in your small town. You might as well just move to another state, and you'll get different results. A lot of times you don't need a pass. You need to travel out of the country to get that. But it's different from how they were raised. And in their mind, it's like, man, I'm being treated like a king. But in reality, it's really just normal treatment. It's just that they're just treated so bad here that they feel the need to like testify, to the world about it, And that's the downside of it. And hopefully they'll catch up. But first of all, white men have been doing that for centuries. They're literally telling men, hey, stop. This is our spot right here.
like it's only men.
No, it's because they really think it's some big value in the passport. Like it's like everybody can get one.
But they be on the internet like, in America, women would never give me the time of day. So I came out to Thailand and now I'm in Thailand and all the women are fawning over me and they have so much respect for me. Right. Not like these American women. Bros, get your passport and come out to these. And
this is the problem here. And this is it's not really about her. It is the men. Look at these men on the here. They don't want to call her out. I don't know why men are afraid to call out certain people. Like it'll be like, bro, it'll be like a nigga that can't read and he's trying his hardest and he'll get clowned on. And to me, like her talking, it's not that she sounds like a clown, she is a clown. And it's like her talking has literally all the women shaming language, the female shaming language has to be thrown out the window in terms of us talking about we're the slut shamer. She did that. When I say women only like men that can only respect men that can replace them, it's proof. Like now I can literally just throw up this video anytime. Like I remember it was two girls on a podcast and they were admitting that basically, it sucks that how a lot of women be like, they'll only like a guy and take a guy seriously when he has another woman himself. And it was basically the girls, they were admitting that, and the girls in the comment section were capping. Now I could just bring this up as proof. Look at the way she was laughing. And it was just her it was like a very sarcastic, like she's trying to force herself to be like hysterical laughing just to prove her point that she has no respect for these motherfuckers. You know what I mean? So it just proves my point right there. Women only respect men that can replace them. Bottom line. I'm not saying all, but most, especially in America. And the men here need to call her out, but they don't. They, unfortunately, especially a lot of black men, they're afraid, and one thing I'm going to put it on myself real quick. One thing that, white male conservatives need to understand And it's not a diss to the white male conservatives because they're going through it now. Now they're seeing what black men have been going through for a long time. What, they always, like, white male conservatives always get on black men for, I guess, not being an open conservative or being liberal or voting liberal. I'm like, you don't understand. If you're a black male openly saying like you're a conservative or something, like imagine, like I know somebody in Norwalk. He is a black male conservative / atheist. Now, how do you think that's going to help him in the pussy getting department? Like, let's be for real, because this is what it's all about. The reason why men won't call out certain people is because they think it's going to affect them in the pussy getting department. That's it. And you might think, oh, that's weak of the black men to do that. But now, look at the white men now. Now you see how people complain on Tinder. You'll see on the Tinder profiles, if you voted for Trump, swipe. I don't know if it's right or left, but do not swipe for me if you voted for Trump, basically. Now you have a whole block of men that are afraid to say that they're conservative because they're not going to get no ass. So men have been dealing with that for a long time, and they don't understand how, that's why the politicians always target women, because everybody else will conform eventually. You get that? Even though that's eventually going to lead to the country's destruction eventually, or the country not being number one anymore as a world power. When you target the women, the men will eventually conform because most men are weak. For peace leave, so they're just gonna go with what the woman says. If not, they finna be by themselves. And listen, most people do not have the strength to be by themselves. And people like to say, I guess as a diss towards women, you're gonna die alone. But I'm really, the way I be seeing how men be trying to force women to change and stuff, I think it's, I think most men don't have what it takes to be by themselves either, because they'll throw their whole life away for peace leave. Literally their whole life away. Their health, all that to the side for peace leave, or what they consider free peace leave. So, yeah, like I'll see memes. They'll say, "Do not bring up Andrew Tate if you're going up on dates," and I'm like, okay, I guess not. But like now, like I'm saying now, the white conservative males are seeing what it's like. What black men have to be dealing with. The reason why they've conformed to these politics is because they're literally going to be by themselves. You can't even afford to be a black man. You can't be like not in the open. You can be like that on the internet, on 4chan or on Reddit or on YouTube, not in real life. Unless if you want people to give you a label, which a lot of people are afraid of, men or women. They don't want to be by themselves like that. And people are starting to see you don't want to. Most people don't have what it takes. I had to deal with that as a kid, so maybe it's easier for me to be like for example, like my cousin, he'll have me on his podcast, but I can tell that he can't have me on all the time because I'll say things and the woman will just look at me like, what the fuck? But it's just me literally saying simple facts like this whole zodiac sign shit. Like, bruh, are we for real? But when I go in on that, like they'll be like I remember I was talking about, there's certain ways to keep pounds off you, and I wasn't dissing anybody. I said, oh yeah, like also you could like to make it like permanent, always go for that run. I'm talking about sprinting. And she was giving me a death stare. And then my cousin was like, and I was like, what am I? And I'm like, I forgot. You can't talk about weight in women. You just can't. And mostly I was talking about myself. I was saying like, I know like when you go on a run, if you can go on a run specifically, you're never going to be overweight, really. But I know how hard running is because, a lot of people, when they feel it through their stomach, they throw up. You know what I mean? So it's not as easy. That's why it's great to be, if you're in a sport, do it early. So you're already used to running. So you'll always be toned, even if you get a little bit overweight. But if I can't tell this to a woman, I have. I mean, look where that has gotten me personally, even though it's not a problem. Like I said, if somebody asks me, I'll just give an honest opinion. I'm not going to be a jackass or mean about it, but I'll give you an honest opinion. Oh, how am I going to lose some pounds off you? I'm like, you got to run. It's going to be difficult, but you're going to run. But I was describing like running, and it's just like, dude, no. And it is what it is, hence why it's hard for me to have respect for the PUAs, because it's like you're creating the problem by pandering to these people. Now, like they look like now the 3 out of 10s that you guys complain about having high standards, but you guys caused it by gassing these people up, not telling them the truth. Now they be looking at, they'll look at a dude and they'll just be like, who's this guy? And they'll be like a 1 out of 10, So it is what it is. It is what it is. And I just hope more people come up to the defense of people like this. Like I've done this in the past. I come to the defense of people with different political ideologies and all this stuff. And I think that has hurt me long run. And I think that's why men don't do it. And meaning hurt me long run, that hurts you in the pussy game department. It just does. Because they're just going to call you a weirdo if you're a conservative or if you agree with some conservative views, So unfortunately, and now we are in a position now where you got this wildebeest. Let's put it back over here real quick. Let me bring her up. So take a look at this right here. These are the people that we have, that black men have to to pander to. And you'd wonder why they're traveling. They're like, F this, I'm out. And on top of that, when you take look at the passport bro thing, unfortunately, what's going to happen in the future, because the problem with the reason why you're going to see them in the future, they're going to start ramping up the passport restrictions because the country needs simps resources to keep this thing going. And if the simps are taking their resources elsewhere, these are the people that are keeping the economy growing. These are the people that are marrying people like this, and they're just like, what am I getting out of this deal? And on top of that, she talking shit. People they're just like, I'm out. I worked this hard just to have Pumbaa from Timon and Pumbaa talking crazy about me. There's no way a man in their right mind is going to do that. There's no way. And I hope people to get mad on the Timon and Pumbaa reference. Listen here, man. Listen here, man. She called those girls prostitutes, man. And she proved all of my points. You know what I mean? So it is what it is on that end.